Solomon Islands.
Irites.
My name is Mazil and I'm from Vanuatu.
Well, about 6 or 7 years ago I went to the University of South Pacific for the first time. And one of the things that really struck me was the international nature of the campus. I was going there expecting to see, mainly Fijians at the campus in Fiji. But what I noticed is there were people and students coming from all of the other Pacific islands. They come to study in the University of South Pacific in Fiji. And often they're coming from high levels of society from the countries they're coming from. They're often on government scholarships, or their families are sending them to study there. And they'll go back to those countries and they go back as leaders, whether that's in the government, in politics, business, or even into the church.
And most of these students go back to hold leadership role in their country. So as in the past, some have become prime ministers of their own nation. So in a nutshell, when you reach a student on campus, it opens the door for you to reach a nation.
Over the course of just 3 days, I saw 6 people trust Christ. And many of them, it was very obvious that it was genuine decisions for Christ. And I was so surprised at how open people were, not just to hearing the words of Christ, but to really receiving them and understanding. It was like this is the missing link. They've never been told that they have to make a personal decision for Christ.
First time we sat down with a guy from the country of Tonga. We're in Fiji, we're sharing with a guy from Tonga, another country in the islands. And as we shared with him, it's obvious that he had heard the gospel. He had heard the Christian things, but he had never applied it. And as we just simply told him how he could receive Christ, he says, yeah, I want to do that. 20 minutes later, he asked Christ into his life.
If you came to Fiji within 1 week, you would be able to start a discipleship ministry with islanders from a variety of countries.
Within a day on your way from the plane to Suva, to where you should go, you could share your faith right at the airport. And people will listen to you.
These students are not just ready to hear the gospel, they want to grow. And they want to learn how to communicate their faith to others. They want to learn how to invest their life into people. And as I met with the student leaders, they're so excited about evangelism. And yet, there's so few workers on the campus. And so, if you come here, you can really show up and you can start ministry from day one. And you can experience discipleship, and you can meet students who don't just want to know Christ, but they want to grow in their relationship with Him, and they're ready and eager to meet with you again.
Is that people think they're not good enough for Jesus. They're not good enough to have a relationship with Him, to experience His love, to experience His plan. They come here, do whatever they want, thinking it's my life, me, myself, and I. And that's sad, because I've been through it, and it's sad.
Hello, my name is Caleb. And I'm the only staff man guy at the University of the South Pacific here in Fiji, Suva. And I'm wondering how am I going to follow up all these young men who wanted me to meet with them. Stacks of name, please come and help us.
Just in our small team of 4 people who came over from the United States, we saw close to 20 people receive Christ. About 5 of them we were able to go through follow-up with.
I was praying that I could meet some people who know Jesus and that I could start my relationship with Jesus. And I met Lindsay, and she told me about Jesus Christ.
So that was an incredible highlight for me this week, to get to not just see her become a believer, but to watch her begin to grow in her faith in just a week's time. She showed up again on Friday. We went through the second follow-up to talk about what does it mean that we've been completely forgiven. And you could just see joy on her face, that she grasped the reality of what she was saved from.
Later in the week, I got to share with 3 Muslim students. They did not receive Christ. But we've shared with Hindus, we've shared with people who are nominally Christians, we've shared with people who have turned out to be very excited Christians and are very trainable and who want to be trained even. We've had people that even this week say, train me, I want to serve the Lord, I want to go someplace in the world, I want to reach my country. And so if a partnership were to come here, that's what you could expect.
I think it's a great leadership development opportunity. So we want to be raising up leaders on our staff and train them, equip them to send them to different places. And in some ways, Fiji is a fantastic first step for people to go and try.
I think that as you come and partner with the Pacific, specifically University of South Pacific, you could have influence over nations that you never thought that you could. And what you would take back to your campus is an increased view of God, an increased view of the world. Your students would be forever changed.
So if we have trained staff of Campus Crusade who can come and help us in this growth, it'd be great. If they could come and be with us for 2 years or so, and we have to look for understudies because that's where the momentum will be. This is the great time to reestablish that focus, and the focus is whom? The Lord Jesus Christ. This is the time.
So maybe you're thinking, that doesn't sound very spiritual. Well, you know what? Other than the Great Commission, which is about as spiritual as you can get, the fact that you might actually have a ball at this place, there's nothing unspiritual about that. Nothing at all.
So we do need other people to come here. Do something new, come touch people's hearts so they can go back and touch others.
Hello, my name is Don Mansfield, and I'm the Pacific Island Regional Director for Campus Crusade for Christ. And I want to commend a staff couple to you, Peter and Candy Yost. Peter and Candy, I believe, would be an excellent investment for the kingdom. If you're praying about that, let me just assure you, I think it could be a great investment that you'll be happy with in the future. They're going to be central to a lot of the plans and strategies that we have in the future for seeing Pacific Island people raised up to be the missionaries in this next generation to go to the world. Pete and Candy will be right in the center of that. And so rest assured, I believe it'll be a great investment for the kingdom. Thanks so much.